Hello Virgo, welcome back to my channel. I am Mariana and I will do the vibes inside for you today. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I do readings about, well, the vibes inside. Maybe they relate to your story, your life, or maybe they don't, then this is not for you. I tend to connect with people that may be or have been identifying with being a scapegoat in a family dynamic maybe, or at least people that feel like they may have been somehow prohibited from getting to the full potential maybe of their being, their own self, their understanding of the self, and trying to figure out a way back. If you believe you have been awakened to a spiritual journey, a spiritual awakening journey, maybe there's something in this reading for you as well. Okay, Virgo, so I sat down and immediately I felt like I should take the orange. I hope you can see this is orange. The orange cloth on the table today. So somehow I feel like we are talking about maybe sacral chakra stuff, creation stuff. Sacral chakra is connected with the womb. This is where life is created in the female body. This is where we have creative ideas, where we find that maybe a fantasy of something can become reality, right? That if we keep it and nurture it, and like we would a little child, right? Or like a pregnant woman does. She takes care of herself during pregnancy to make the little fetus grow, and that the environment for that particular growth is okay, so that the child can be a healthy child. Maybe you're trying to grow something, Virgo. It doesn't have to be a child, it can be a project, a hobby, something at work. Maybe you are trying to build a business, or it can be a part of yourself you're trying to grow or to mature or to... I got... I feel like I have two different messages. Maybe they link together, maybe they don't. So when I sat down, I definitely felt orange. I had something about time come up, but also something about like a slow approach to something. Not in like a still or silent, but more like a compassionate, humble, maybe a compassionate, humble, slow approach to something. The feeling of not wanting to jinx it, right? Like doing something fast is just going to jinx it. And something about being compassionate, maybe with yourself or maybe someone else, maybe a child, maybe a project, maybe a situation at work, maybe, I don't know, right? Put it into your situation, but that's what I feel like. Being quite compassionate. It can be a part of yourself you're trying to nurture. But really trying to be compassionate and understanding about something. Sacral chakra can be a wounding in the sacral chakra. Maybe you have experienced a wounding and you're trying to be compassionate about what happened and how it has affected you, maybe. And trying to be really not judging yourself, trying to be compassionate and understanding towards yourself, or maybe, as I said, another outside person or story or project. I feel like not rushing it. It's like rushing something would destroy the connection, maybe, or a dialogue or something. It will destroy it. It will not help in any way to try to use force. So it's a rather, I want to say, feminine approach to something. And Virgo, you being in tarot, you are associated with the Hermit card, so it could be something that you're going within and being quite healing and compassionate and humble in on trying to understand it. Where it comes from, how it has affected you, your behavior that may relate to something here. Then I also got something about, time. So time could be of an essence. Time is running out. The time is up. But then I was shown also a really old, you could say, a kind of harvest tool, like harvesting corn in the field. So I get the feeling that maybe it's harvest time, like really harvesting something that was maybe planted a long time ago, maybe even past life. As I said, it's a very old tool. It's not a modern kind of field machine, a farming equipment. It's not modern at all. It's very old. So I even get the feeling that there could have been something about what you are dealing with here that has been going through time, like it has been repeating in time, maybe past several lifetimes, maybe the same story or the same issue. And now it's like it's harvest time. It has come to you have enough understanding about something, maybe, to change something, change a dynamic, do differently, act differently, prioritize differently. And you are doing it by being very, maybe cautious, considerate, compassionate, humble, not judging, or if this is like an internal work, I would say you're being like that towards yourself. You're really trying not to judge yourself. And Virgos, you can be very you have high standards, so you can judge the world, but you can also be a very harsh judge on yourself. There's this I feel like a shadow side of Virgo energy can be perfectionism, like really wanting to do the utmost best possible, which is not a bad quality, but if it becomes like a slave mantra in your head, it dominates maybe your behavior, your way of thinking, and therefore high standards and perfectionism can also be related with failure. So if I don't live up to this, if I don't perform with perfect 100% result, then I can be a failure or a non-success. And therefore I have to punish myself, or I have to criticize others, or therefore I have to do better and do better and do better and do better. And therefore it can be this ongoing, always pushing yourself, like really pushing yourself to the limit almost, right? And maybe you have been trying to figure out how to, as I said, a compassionate, considerate, humble approach to something, instead of like this pushing, harsh, judgmental energy, trying to clear that, or not. How can I say this? It's not that you're lowering your standards, it's just that you allow yourself to, or you allow the world around you to have flaws. That performing perfection all the time is not possible. It's like an illusion. And getting to terms with that, like getting yourself aligned with that idea, means that you have to give up certain demands or requirements, or even like like a critical or judgmental thinking, perhaps. And I get the feeling with the time, the harvest time, there could be something that has been planted a long, long time ago. Like maybe when you were a child, maybe you were not even conscious about it. And now it's like it's time to harvest something. Or you see the harvest of some of these seeds. So, are they perfect or not? Are they as you wanted them to be? Or are they not? And if they are not, I want to say this is maybe where this compassionate approach comes in. Where you realize, but I pushed myself. I believe that I had to do better. I believe that people around me had to do better. I pushed them. I pressured them. I put pressure on something. On myself, perhaps, and it doesn't work like that. So the harvest that I get when I push is maybe not what I want, or it doesn't yield the result that I truly wanted. Or you realize the harvest should be this feeling of success. It should be this feeling of like I reached the top of perfectionism. I got my goal done. I reached the top of the mountain, and I should feel this exhilarating feeling of joy and success and bliss and everything. And maybe you don't. And is it, Virgo, because even if you reach the top, even if you have done the most perfect outcome, you always have a little criticizer inside you that says, but could I have done this better? is it even possible to get further? And therefore it's not easy for you to feel that exhilarating success feeling. There could maybe always have been done more. You get my point? That there's something about whatever you're creating here, or you have been building, or you have been trying to heal or something, could be the feeling that, but is it possible to get more? Is it possible to do even more perfect? I wanna, if you're struggling with something like this, maybe then I wanna tell you to maybe look up Nightlight Astrology. He has I believe it's a Hindu name now. Actu de Baba, he's called on YouTube. He has an astrology channel. He has made some videos about misconceptions of the zodiac signs, and I think they are extraordinary. And they tell so much about maybe, I wouldn't say the moon energy, but maybe some of the moon energies or shadow sides of the zodiac signs. And if you look up Virgo, misconceptions of the zodiac sign of Virgo, you will find that Virgos always strive towards the utmost top, because they know eventually the time is running out. Eventually I will get old. Eventually I will die. Eventually everything will be lost. Eventually I lose my muscle power. Eventually I will not stay on top always. So I have to do the utmost best now. There will be eventually, when I pass on, when I enter out of this world, I will meet Anubis, and the scales are going to be weighed. And here I have to make sure that I have performed, right? That the scales are in my favor. I believe this interpretation somehow is accurate. I have a Virgo moon. I believe that there is some of this present. Like this always striving for something that is more, or more beautiful, more sweet, more right, more correct, more appropriate, maybe. That there's something about this. At least I recognize it in myself. Maybe you do too. There could be something about this going on for you, Virgo, that even when you get something right, you can't even enjoy it. Maybe that's it, what I want to talk about here. Like the feeling of never really being content, maybe. Or maybe never feeling or being, well, content, but also joyously content. Like celebrating, really celebrating every time you peak at something. It's almost like an inability to being able to enjoy it, truly enjoy it in your heart, something that fills you up. or it should do that. It should fill you up with confidence and everything. Maybe that's what this is about, like an ongoing feeling or repetitive pattern of an inability to feel that kind of joy, to be filled up, to be truly, utterly satisfied. And when we don't feel that, it's like we are always on the journey. Like, even when we peak at something, we should be able to relax, right? We should be able to say, I did it. I got it. I reached the top. I managed this. I did the impossible. Now I relax and enjoy the fruit of my labor, the harvest. But I get the feeling I'm talking to someone here who seems like that is not really maybe possible. Like it's like, well, this was all right, but maybe there was a way to even do it better, right? Like this, always this little question. And this little question is maybe prohibiting you from actually stopping your search, from staying where you are, that you have peaked, you have actually managed to get to the end goal, you have managed to clear something, you have managed to heal something, you have managed to build something. And you have done it with bravura, you have done it with grade A, right? You have done it with maybe not perfection, but almost, right? You have done it to the utmost applause. And still, there's this, but what if I've not? What if there's still more to realize? What if there's still more to? And that may prohibit you from actually enjoying the success, the victory, that you have at the moment, perhaps, or you are getting it. Like this harvest time should be this fruitful success, this abundant feeling. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now, but this is what I feel like. So maybe if you are somehow dealing with something like that, almost, I get almost a feeling like you are not supposed to enjoy your victories. Like it's not all right to brag when you actually get to the goal. There could be something about it was not all right for you to speak highly of yourself, to promote yourself, to speak highly of yourself, to put yourself in the spotlight. That was like a no-go. Even if you got the best grade when you came home from school, that maybe you received criticism, even if you actually performed the best possible. It was never enough somehow, and you carry that feeling with you that it's somehow never enough. I still have to, like, and therefore you can also not praise yourself. Like praise in itself is maybe difficult for you to really take in and enjoy. Could be something like that as well here. And for scapegoats, that makes sense, right? Scapegoats are always criticized. They take the blame for others. They're criticized for what they are, what they do for existing. So that makes sense to me. If you have been raised like that. Okay, let's have a look here. Lost love. It says here. Surrender, healing, and release. This is so interesting because I get it's the overall energy, but I think that this is like this. When I get this card, it feels like a love story, like someone you've lost. You have lost someone you cared about. It could be the feeling that love is lost, that love is a difficult terrain. When I see her and she's laying here, I see it almost like all the hearts on her body. It's a little bit like, you could say, a memory lane also. It's like being in a grief situation or in a sadness situation, moon energy here, about love. Maybe lost love, maybe several lost loves. And how they have affected you every time you opened your heart to someone. And maybe you wanted to give your all to them. Again, perfect performance or perfect girlfriend, perfect boyfriend, being that person. Living up to certain requirements, standards, looks, whatever. I see it almost like these hearts have been tattooed on her body, like they're still present somehow, or that she has been trying to give to many people at once, care for, doing the right thing maybe for lots of people, taking care of people, taking care of siblings, taking care of parents, trying to be a healing force, perhaps trying to be there. But moon energy for me feels a little bit like maybe she took in a lot of moon energy from others, carrying that, maybe carrying, and moon energy can be anything, right? That people carry, woundings, sadness, sorrow, grief, bitterness. It can be a feeling of obsession, secrets, mysteries, maybe the stuff that nobody should ever know about, revenge, like really bad thoughts about others, hate maybe. That there's a lot of things that can go on with the moon energy. But we see her laying here, and actually in the water. It's almost like the water should purify her somehow. I got the feeling of that. I even when I meditated, because I had this feeling of something like a slower, more compassionate approach to something. I got reminded that I did a reading for Cancer, which was something like it's called something like your slow dance with fire. So and Cancer being a water element is having a slow dance with fire, and here I have Virgo having a slow dance, I feel like, with water. So with the emotions that may have been somehow relating to this in your body. So trying to flush it, clean it, wash it, cleanse it somehow. And again, being very... this is a non-active, you could say, very feminine approach to whatever has been maybe projected upon you, or what you have taken in, what you have allowed to affect you somehow. Maybe a particular love, maybe several people that you love, how they have marked you, maybe, to the point maybe also of realizing what you were willing to do maybe for them, right? What were you willing to do for them in the name of the Virgo perfectionism, right? Have you given up something to try to be this correct being or something like that? It says surrender, healing, and release. So I feel like you want to release something, heal something. But maybe realizing that, but I have to do something about all this first, right? I have to maybe cleanse yourself first. And being very watery about it, like very considerate, like very caring, very compassionate about it, like letting the water slowly touch you, and just a little bit as the same thing as the Cancer reading. I said that Cancer was maybe slowly dancing around the campfire, feeling the heat of the flames, but not jumping into it, right? It's a little bit the same here, not jumping into the water, but let it touch you, right? Let it just slowly, let the small waves touch you here and cleanse, and be very compassionate about it, very non-judgmental towards yourself, trying to maybe dim the critical voice down. Realizing that maybe you have tried to do a lot of stuff towards others, but in that process disregarding yourself, maybe. Something like that I get from this card. It's almost like love is difficult. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. At the bottom of the deck I get jewel within a teardrop. Yeah. So here we have jewel within a teardrop, appreciation, spiritual and emotional reconnection, it says here. I think it talks about the reconnection with yourself here. Because this can come when we realize that something else was maybe too much for you here. We have orange mixed with green. So sacral chakra, green associates with the heart chakra. Very prominent, also orange. I was drawn to this about the throat chakra here as well. Maybe something unspoken here. Actually, it comes across a little bit like a bump, like, I wouldn't say a tumor, but like definitely something that has been building, that should have been spoken about, I think. Something that may have to do with the sacral chakra, but it has affected your heart. And well, green color for me is, there are two colors associated with heart chakra, green and pink. The pink color for me about heart chakra talks about romance. It's the, and this is just my interpretation of the colors, it's the rose-colored glasses, it's the rainbow, right? It's the unicorn, it's the fantasies, the romantic fantasies. It's the flying on a rosy sky, feeling of being on a rosy sky. So basically it's the feeling of being in love, a bit intoxicated by love. Whereas the green color for me is, you could say, what comes after. This is the basic everyday life love, where we do stuff. We do stuff in the name of love. So again, what love made you do, right? We see how the green color is also very linked with the moon here, circling the moon. And it also, when I look closer here, we have the green and blue color mixing. It's almost like some of the stuff you have done in the name of love, in the everyday life, even practical stuff, but we did it in the name of love. Like it's washing away, like it's mixing with the water. So you're trying to cleanse it, wash it away. And as I said, doing it with water, compassion, even tears, perhaps. It also says appreciation here. I feel like there's something you're realizing, or you have realized. That there's a connection between these, right? That there's a connection between what may be going on in your sacral chakra, So how balanced is this? When this is balanced, this changes. Your behavior changes. So blue color here could be something about like a knowledge. Maybe the more you speak about something here, the more you open your throat chakra and speak about it, then it fades away, or it blends. You can maybe, you could say, release through speech, or you can release through the throat chakra, meaning that the throat chakra is also associated with identity, how you see yourself, how you speak about yourself to yourself. So a change within this area could maybe take the tumor away, or the burning sensation here away. Okay, let's get some tarot out here. I definitely feel a connection between the sacral chakra and the everyday approach to what you have done in the name of love. So how you have acted. Again, as I said here, maybe you have taken care of a lot of people, but maybe disregarded yourself. So what were you willing to do in the name of love, right? Is that feeling? Okay, so let's have a few other cards here. There's a jumper. The sun. Okay, so the sun represents father energy. It also represents happiness, joy. It represents, glitter, shine, jewels. It represents abundance. It represents power, strength. Leo energy. Maybe you have a Leo in the midst, so that somehow may have influenced you. It's go-getter energy, solar plexus chakra. It's confidence. There could have been something about your confidence, may have been influenced maybe by a Leo, maybe by a person in charge somehow. Sun energies can be like leaders, managers, bosses, fathers, you could say, or at least people that are in charge of the family. It can be a mother, but then I would say it would be a rather masculine mother, maybe. It is upright, so I don't think it's necessarily a bad influence, but it could be something that, again, the sun is the peak, right? Again, if you listen to the misconceptions about maybe Leo energy, you will learn that Leo season, and therefore people born in the sign of Leo, this is where the sun peaks, where it's at the highest, warmest position towards Earth. Therefore, Leo energy is associated with the utmost sun, with the almost godlike energy. This is the majesty. This is the king. This is the one we worship. This is the one that is the lion, right? The king of the animals. This is the most powerful, most strong, most shining, maybe most confident. You can go back and watch the Leo reading I did. There's something about this going on as well. So identifying those energies could be maybe beneficial. So, okay, let's have a look. Just give me a minute. It's just how I should put the cards here. Okay, I was told to like do this, and then it's like there's a card here. It's just from another deck. So I feel like I should take the underlying card down here, and it shows itself, of course, when I turn the deck around. I get the Fool in reverse here. This is like a blocked new beginning, or a new start that never happens, or a new start that never got off fruition. The Fool card is the card number 0 in the deck. It talks about a brand new beginning. This is the first card in the deck. This one comes in after the World card, which is the last card of the Major Arcana. The World card to me talks about a new beginning, a brand new beginning of something. Because we may have mastered something, we have learned something, and therefore the approach to life will now be different. If we have managed some kind of life lesson, we will not be the same. We will do differently. after that. We will act differently, we will go differently, we will maybe be attracted to different people, right? Because we've learned something. But I get the feeling that either you or someone else, it's almost like they don't want to go, to have a new beginning. Like they want to stay where they are, or that they, like they're not ready. Somehow I feel like it links with this. There's something here that is still prohibiting you from, I hear, being a new person, or become the person you're supposed to become, or whatever. It could even be simply something like growing up. If we talk about you have a child around you, a teenager maybe, like something is prohibiting them or prohibiting you from going out there. Maybe this even just talks about dating again. The Fool is well, it's an interesting character because he's quite confident, this one. In upright here, he's quite confident. He believes that carpe diem, what happens is what's going to happen, and I'll probably be all right. I won't mess this up. I'm quite sure I can do this, because somehow I'm confident here. I take a risk, maybe. I don't have much with me, but I'm going out there and I'm going to like be my own person. I'm going to be able. I'm able here. I have skills, and I have the confidence to try to build something with it, or to go out there and show myself and show myself exactly as I am. Not something about trying to make myself better, or more appropriate or something. I go out there exactly as I am. And I trust. There's a trusting feeling to the Fool here. I trust that I am abundant. I trust that I am on the right path here. I'm walking on the rainbow here, and at the end of the rainbow you will find a pot of gold, right? So I'm on the right path. But somehow I get the feeling either you don't think you are, you're not ready, or you feel like it's and I still get the feeling it has to do with this perfection. It's almost like if I know that I'm still healing, if I know that I haven't maybe released all my stuff yet, I can't go out there. I think in the spiritual world, people say, sorry, the mic fell down. In the spiritual world, people say that you don't have to be fully healed to go for what you want. you just have to be aware. And somehow I get the feeling that maybe you are aware, but you still want to be its overall energy. So I feel this is something you're quite aware about. That you are maybe, you're in a healing process. You're about, like you're shedding something here. Transforming something or releasing something. But you feel like maybe you're not done. That there's still a shadow, there's still something. And therefore you cannot pursue something new here. Like it's a feeling like you're not ready. I'm not ready. Or something around you, a child or a project or something, is not ready. It's not as confident as it should be, and therefore it cannot walk on the rainbow. It will not find the pot of gold. Like again, this perfectionistic thinking that you have to be in a certain state of maybe vibration to be able to find the pot of gold, to be the fool, to trust, and maybe also to surrender, like surrender to the divine energy, to the divine realm, to the path, releasing control, criticism, judgment. And maybe also literally appearance, like she's quite beautiful, this one, right? And this guy, he's just like, he doesn't care if you don't like his pink hat, right? Or his pipe here, or his boots. There could be something about really releasing like attachments to appearance or weight maybe, or again, everything you have done here could have been, maybe you have been dieting all your life to keep a certain like weight or body image, and you're shedding some of this now, right? All of the behavior done in the name of so-called love. But you're shedding it, and maybe you feel like, I'm not ready, I don't feel that confident yet to go out there just like me. Not truly yet. Okay, I feel like over here I have to start with this one. But that's, again, this is underlying energy for the tarot cards here. And I do feel like they go with the feeling of, again, that I'm not done. I still have more to release. Maybe I still have more to cry about. I'm still facing the whatever wounding there may be here and the behavior that stems from that. I'm still working my way through that. I'm still reconnecting emotionally and spiritually with myself here. I'm still in that process. So I'm not done yet. I'm not ready to be that fool yet. Because again, I strive for being like done, fully healed. So that I have no skeletons in the closet. I have no bad feelings. I have no remorses. I carry no disappointments. I like wanting to be totally clean. Very Virgoian energy, like the Virgin, right? Wanting to be truly pure. Maybe that's why I had the crystal, the clear quartz here. Like really, I want a clean slate. Or I want to heal myself back to my original Virgo state of being, which is pureness, right? and trying to attempt going back to that, and therefore not taking new chances or trusting that you are ready or already. That you are ready already, yeah. I think you are ready already, Virgo, but you may feel like, no, I'm still purifying. I'm still healing myself from something. I still find myself fall back into old habits maybe, or old behaviors. I'm not ready. I don't feel confident enough yet. But I just get the feeling, this feeling of yet, not yet, that is just, it's carrying on. It's going to be with you always, perhaps. So at some point you may need to be satisfied. You may need to maybe realize that ultimate purity in our 3D, 4D dimension is maybe not an option even. It's maybe not possible. As I said, perfectionism is probably an illusion. Nobody is perfect. It's always in the eye of the beholder. So what is it, or whose eyes are you trying to please with? What kind of beholder eyes are judging you? Just your own or others as well, still, or whatever. At some point, maybe you need to just use your own eyes and, again, not care what other people think, right? And come to the point where you forgive yourself for maybe judging yourself so harsh and allowing others to have that impact on you. That when you enter out of this realm, and we may meet Anubis in the underworld, finding out whether our soul, how much does our soul weigh. That's why we want to be pure. We want it to be light as Virgos. But the lightness, I believe, my personal belief, is also that it comes from maybe how you feel others judge you, but also how you judge yourself. So if you judge yourself harshly, how can you be pure then? It's like a constant striving for purity, but having an inner criticizer that never allows you to be pure, right? So it's like needing to have that conversation, maybe. I believe the awareness is more important. That you are aware of maybe some traps for you. You are aware of how you got yourself lost, maybe here. Lost in love, maybe. How you lost yourself with love, in love. And therefore now you don't want to take a new chance in something. You have a very slow, very cautious, very compassionate, maybe humble approach to new beginnings, but also with, I feel like, a sense of caution and the sense that I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet because I haven't purified fully. But is it possible to purify fully? And who says that you need to? Who is asking you to do that? Where does that come from? That's probably also something you could ask yourself. Where does it come from? Let's have a look at this one. 6 of Cups in reverse. Well, 6 of Cups in the upright position talks about happy childhood memories, nostalgia, looking back for something, remembering something beautiful. But reversed, I feel like maybe childhood memories were not that great. I see this also when they stand with the backs towards each other. And then we have the family tree in the background here. So I feel like this is lineage. It's something about where you grew up. We even have, and that's so interesting with some of these different tarot cards. In the Rider-Waite Tarot, it's a card that has full daylight. This one is darker. It's almost nighttime. Maybe you have not so good memories about nighttime. Maybe it's difficult even to remember just one good childhood memory. It could even be the splitting, like the splitting with love, like a person, right, that you cared about. And maybe you truly love them, but maybe it was not reciprocated. I hear disappeared. Maybe they just disappeared out of your life. Somehow. This can even go as far back as past lives. So unhappy. You could say past life remembrance also here. That has to do with love, connection with other people, intimate relationships, or even just the love that children feel towards their parents, and parents should feel towards their children. This bond, family bond connection. Unhappy, I feel like we have here. And again, I had the feeling of time in the beginning. This can be even like repetitive lifetimes, maybe. A story of your soul, you could say. A repetitive thing your soul has been dealing with. Next card, and this was placed upon this other card. I have the Page of Cups in reverse here. Well, the page typically talks about a young energy, or a newbie, or a novice. A young energy. It can even be almost the same energy as a Ace of Cups. I feel though that it's like whatever has been going on here for you, Virgo, it shows me a picture of some kind like an unhappy childhood. Again, we see it's cups energies here. You are definitely dealing with the water here. Like the water, your emotions, an influence that has been quite negative here. The Page of Cups, the Page of Cups, we see how he raises his glass, offers something. He offers his cup. Maybe even a gift here. He stands with the feet deeply embedded in the water, so very maybe romantic, emotionally, and very consumed with his emotions, very consumed with the intuition that tells him that this is worth offering, this is worth giving. But it's reversed here, so somehow I get the feeling that if someone didn't offer you a cup when you were a child, when you were young in your family, if you were not shown what love is, how to offer love, how to you may also not have learned how to receive love. Somehow I get the feeling that either you or someone else is, or you have the feeling that nobody offered you anything. It's reversed here, like nobody offered you anything. And maybe that's why you're not offering anything, because it's unfamiliar to you. You don't know exactly what to do with the emotions. If you feel like there's no love here, why should I offer anything? And something learned from a very young age as a page. Maybe the feeling it's unsafe to offer something here. That's probably why the Fool is reversed here, right? It is because it has been unsafe, it has not been happy. This can even talk about like being rejected as a child, learning not to offer something because you can get your heart broken in that process, right? It can even talk about that you have offered something, but nobody saw you, right? Nobody realized it. Nobody wanted to take your cup. Nobody wanted to reciprocate it. And therefore you learn to somehow close this down because it's too vulnerable somehow to be rejected, right? That's probably why it's difficult to go out there and just date again or have a new beginning or trust in love. Yeah, this is definitely also a mistrust of love or offering something, or maybe even receiving something. Interesting how these are reverse cards. Over here I have the Four of Pentacles. Well, the Four of Pentacles talks about worrying about not having enough, not being enough, not being good enough, being unsafe, not being, maybe beautiful enough, good enough, accomplished enough, nice enough, correct enough, or there's definitely something about And therefore we see he's blindsided here because he's consumed with something. He's consumed with something. Some thoughts that prohibit him from actually seeing what's right in front of him. That prohibit him from seeing maybe the beauty he is surrounded with. Not worrying about the next day or next week or next month, but being present in the moment, seeing the beautiful flowers here. Seeing what he already has, what already exists, what's already here, what he has already created. He can't see the way out of the maze or out of the trouble. He is concentrating on something tomorrow or next day or in a month that is somehow making him feel unsafe. So much so that he can't even see what he has already created. It even can come to the point that if he keeps worrying, these are going to wither and he will have less. Right? That if he changed his way of looking at his life, what's right in front of him, to appreciate maybe the smaller stuff in life, if he would appreciate that, he would learn that he's actually abundant. But as long as he's worrying and constantly striving for something that is more, like this is not enough for me. Again, striving for the perfection. If this is not enough, I have to strive for something else, not appreciating what I already have. He can't see it, right? He simply cannot see what he already has. What's already there. And how it is glittering here, right? But he cannot see it because he wants something bigger, more glittery, more golden, more abundant, more. So there's something he has to learn, this guy, and it came out in reverse. So I feel like maybe you're trying to figure some of this out. And while you are figuring this out, put the worry down. While you're learning not to worry that much and maybe appreciate the smaller things, you don't feel ready to somehow go out there. You don't feel ready to throw yourself into something new. Again, it's this feeling that I'm not there yet. I haven't healed enough. But still you have the awareness. You have an awareness about something here. But the awareness is it seems like it's not enough for you. Like you need I don't know if it's like you need a proof that you somehow have gotten yourself, that you are over something, that you will not get trapped again, that you will not be in a situation, a loveless maybe situation, that you will not keep giving to something that doesn't reciprocate. I get it. That's probably what is your fear here, right? Your fear may be that you end up in something like this again. And fear is probably also what at some point made you not be able to see what you had, what was in front of you. And maybe you are realizing that you did actually have more beauty here, and safety and security here, but you couldn't see it because of old woundings or old experiences here. And you don't want to make the same mistake. Like, if I bring my old wounding with me into something new, maybe I will be trapped in that again. Maybe I will not be able to actually appreciate what I find. I will not be able to feel safe. And therefore you're striving for this healing. You want to heal it. You want to make sure you have released some old issues here. And you're purifying it so that you're not repeating your behavior. You're not repeating. It's like you want a new, totally new beginning, but not feeling ready for it yet. And you want the confidence that comes with that. You want to feel it, right? The sun energy. You want to be that person. Like, you want to get out of the water here and stand firmly on your own 2 feet and be able to move forward and not judging yourself, and be happy about the little things. And so it's like a different version of you. I feel like wanting to purify all kinds of stuff. Your emotions, your thought patterns. It could be something like the behavior you have or you had. Realizing that the behavior I had at that point didn't the thoughts I had, they always made me feel like it was not good enough. So I was always striving for something better. I couldn't even see the beauty of the simpler life, maybe, and appreciate what I had and be happy about that and enjoy that. I feel like you are in a release process here and trying to be compassionate with yourself instead of being critical. That I have said that already, right? I think you get that, but it's like you're not a new beginning may still seem like it's in the future somehow, that it's not near, that you still need to release something. Can I get a card on the Fool in reverse, please? But I just get the feeling that as long as you think that you are not pure enough, as long as you keep thinking that what you have done is not enough, that you haven't completed a mission, or you haven't completed a cleanse or something, the beginning is still going to be in the future. As long as you believe it's in the future, it will be in the future. It will always be these steps ahead of you. Like, you never get to the end goal. You never get to the full feeling of purity. And again, ask yourself, who is dictating that? Where does this come from? I get the point. You don't want to bring old stuff into a new beginning with someone, maybe. You want it to be like a brand new blank slate, so that the history, the story that comes from that is also like emanating a new vibration, right? That you are not carrying this old stuff with you. I get that. I think here, let's have a card on the Fool here. Yeah. See? 5 of Cups in reverse. It's like you haven't dealt with the pain yet of something. This is a grieving card. Grieving over spilled love here. There are still 2 cups standing. I think you know that there is still love out there for me, but I have to heal myself and not feeling that you're ready, or maybe even feeling that you can't heal it. It could be the feeling that there is constantly some kind of shadow. No matter how much you have tried to grieve here, no matter how much you have released, no matter how much you have done, that there is still a fear, I think. A fear of change, a fear of choosing love again, perhaps here. A fear of choosing love again. A fear of bringing the cup forward here. Or maybe not wanting to be the one who does that. Maybe waiting for someone to bring a cup to you, and then you can decide whether you want to bring your cup or choose to put your cup into the mix, right? I get the feeling of not wanting to offer something here because it's too hurtful, it's too painful if you get rejected. So maybe you are not wanting to be the fool. You're not the one who wants to go out there and offer your cup. Maybe hoping for someone to offer it to you instead. But I still get the feeling like there's something that hasn't, again, the lost love, right? It's something that hasn't released yet. It's still present somehow with you. You're trying to, slowly, with compassion, really trying to, but you're not over it, you're not, but it is reversed, so maybe you actually are almost there, or you have released enough, but still not moving, not doing anything, not creating, not building, not taking chances, not being bold, not taking a risk, not offering yourself or your heart into something if you're unsure whether it will be reciprocated or not. It's very important to you that to feel that safety, I think. At the bottom of the deck, 6 of Pentacles, yeah, if there's no equal give and take here, you don't want to offer something into something if it's not reciprocated. You're not going out there because the pain of something here is now prohibiting you from offering something. Especially if you're not sure whether it's reciprocated, whether it's an equal give and take, whether people actually will give something back to you. Like equal scales here. Yeah, okay. Can we have... I would like a card on the lost love also, please. Let's have a look here. There's another flyer here. wanting, Six of Swords talks about releasing yourself or walking away from turmoil waters, wanting clear, transparent, beautiful, calm waters. You want to get away from trouble. You want something transparent, something honest, something calm, soothing, for your soul perhaps here. It's like you want to get away from heartbreak or all these very hurtful feelings. Water, sword energy, but with water here. And that's probably why you're not going out there. It's like you're not, you're not ready, right? You feel like you're not ready. Now I had Chariot here. Chariot would be the go-getter energy, emotional go-getter energy. This is where you take an approach based on what you feel, your heart. But you want to be in charge. You want to be the chariot here. You want to put yourself in the driver's seat. You want to go towards where you want to go. You don't want to be controlled or manipulated into something. You want to be in charge of your own feelings, and navigate life still as you would say, how can I say that? You want to navigate your emotions in life as a sovereign being, like you are in charge of your choices, that not someone else, and that you will not step down from that chariot, right? As I said, it has to do with what you were willing to do in the name of love, and I feel like it has to do with giving to a lot of other people, but disregarding yourself, meaning that you stepped down from the chariot. You allowed others their well-being became your priority, but it also meant that you didn't prioritize yourself. So I'm still wanting a card on the lost love here. Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it is realizing that we see again here the cup is reversed, like not wanting to give that cup. Ace of Cups talks about a block of a new beginning in love, blocking a new beginning in love. We could even say lost love, right? The cup is spilled. You have spilled your heart on something. Your effort, your emotions, your feelings, your compassion, everything that has to do with cups energy. That you have spilled it, right? That it has been for nothing. Or again, you offered a cup. There's only one hand here, only one cup, but it wasn't taken. Nobody took your cup, and therefore feeling rejected, right? That you couldn't. Nobody really loved you. Nobody gave you that cup back. The beginning of some kind of love with someone didn't happen, right? It didn't happen. Look at the tears here, in upright it talks about an overflowing feeling of love, like being in love here, right? Offering your cup to someone, but this is, or that the divine offers love for you, a love connection, a love feeling, but this is reversed. Maybe it could be the feeling you are not loved by God, right? That you have been rejected from God. Again, the father energy, there could be something like that you felt rejected in love, offering your cup to your parent, to your father, your mother, and to others, and maybe you have that feeling, it's repeating the pattern. That every time I offer my cup out there, even if I put myself online, I disregard myself, I do everything for others, it's not going to give me love, it never will. It could even talk about you realize how you have not loved yourself. What you are willing to offer in the name of love, which was not love, right? It was probably more like a codependency. At the bottom of the deck, I get the Tower reversed here. Yeah, trying not to stir the waters, right? Trying to maintain, like you wanted the tower to stand, even if it was built on solid ground. You rather wanted it to stand than to prohibit it from breaking. Here we see the tower breaking down. The lightning coming in, they have to run or flee the scene, jump out of the burning building here. Everything is going to crumble. You are trying to not make that happen. You are trying to avoid the breakdown of something. A home, family maybe. And therefore you did something, right? In the name of love or safety, in the name of not wanting to be rejected, in the name of something that should be love, or you had regarded it as love, you have done something to prohibit something from breaking down. But I think you see that it was not love, right? It was, the tower had to fall maybe. Maybe the tower is falling now because you can't stand the pressure of something here. Can I have an advice card, please, on this situation? Can we have a guidance or an advice card for Virgos that may feel like they are in a situation like this? With themselves or someone else? A project, something they love to do? But I do feel like there is a strong personal investment in something that didn't, where you put your heart and soul into something here. To uphold something, but it wasn't really out of love, right? It was actually out of fear. It was out of, fear. You didn't want to be rejected. You didn't want to be abandoned. Okay, let's have a look here. If we can have an advice card for you. The Dark Lady, yeah. I feel like you need to get in touch with her. There's nothing bad. Well, she's called the Dark Lady, but the Dark Lady, and when you look at her, she can actually look quite mischievous, yeah. But the point of her is that this is a part of you. This is a part of you that has been suffering. And you need to somehow connect with her, because the wounding, the sadness, the rejection, the vulnerability she may have felt, and maybe is still feeling, is probably residing inside you, right? The sacral chakra is probably there. And we need to talk to her here, or we need to get in touch with her. The Dark Lady can also be quite fierce. This is we can say metaphorically, this is the woman, the repressed woman, right? The woman that has been repressed, that has been denying her feelings, that has been denying her maybe sexuality, her right to speak up, her maybe she feels betrayed, maybe she feels like she has been taken advantage of, and therefore that there can be a bitterness with this one. A bitterness of not being recognized, because she is so much more than that, right? She has a wonderful, beautiful, loving, caring side to her, but when she is not recognized, she gets sad, she gets angry, she gets bitter. The more she has to keep it in, as I said here, the more you have to keep it in, it can build in the body, right? It builds a wounding. Again, trying to look really perfect, but actually underneath it all, something else is building. And I get the feeling that maybe you know this already, that there is a part of you here. This would be connecting with, you could say, the more shadow feminine of something like a Kali, Medusa, Dorcha, the darker feminines. They work with that kind of energy, this very repressed, it's like a pressure cooker, this one. It's like when you repress something too long, eventually it will burst out in flames, right? Like a volcano. This is what the Dark Lady could be actually trying to balance inside her. But it's difficult, because as long as you need to uphold the pretty face, again, Virgos want to typically be quite pretty. They want to be, they dress well, they take care of their appearance, they act correct, or in a good manner. They everything is in order with a Virgo. Their choice of color in clothes and everything else is flawless, right? It's a flawless appearance somehow, but underneath it all there can be something else here, and this is actually what I feel like is the most important thing for you to release, because again, as I said, that at the end of life, when we enter out of this realm and we go to the underworld, and the weighing of our soul on the scale with the nubis against the feather, if you bring all this bitterness with you here, it doesn't matter how much good you have done in life. If you have so much pent up energy here inside you, your heart will feel like weighing a ton, right? because you haven't recognized your own feelings, you haven't put up boundaries, you haven't said no. I feel like for a Virgo it can be difficult to say no, because they want to again portray this flawless image, right? So this is the energy that you actually need to deal with. It's probably more inside yourself than outside of yourself. This is the inner critical person or inner critical bitter pent up energy that you probably need to deal with inside you here. And maybe you are dealing with it, trying to be compassionate with her. Again, as I said, she has been in a pressure cooker, and now you're trying to be trying to approach her, maybe a little humble, with a lot of understanding, with compassion, like trying to maybe communicate with this part of yourself, or that you understand her, that you understand her maybe bitterness or angriness or whatever this is. The fear she may hold, maybe a jealousy, maybe an angry it's a shadow side of you, right, that has not come to the surface, because again, someone who strives for perfectionism, flawlessness, purity, flawless purity, cannot act like this, right? She cannot act like this. That is unheard of. That's not allowed. So this is the part of you that has not been allowed. And you have to talk to her. I feel like you have to somehow connect with that part of you. And try to understand what she has been going through, what she has been feeling, what she has been taught, why she was not appropriate, right? And understand that part of yourself that may be that bitter and dark. But again, you're the hermit, right, Virgo? You can do that. You can go within, go into the darkness. You can find her, and you can talk to her, and you can try to release her. You can try to give her understanding, and understanding you have never given her before, right? Maybe trying to ignore this in yourself, but I just get the feeling you can't do that anymore. It's here, the moon. She's here, right? At the bottom of the deck, I get the Lady of the Harvest. So here we have the harvest time, right? This is a very fruitful one. Look at how she is portrayed here. She's not a slim little girl. Or slim model-like woman. She has, well, her breasts, right? Like they are very big and like a big bottom, her thighs and everything. She's not this slim little model-like perfect woman, young woman, right? She's this is someone who is, I would say she would be comfortable in her body. She has a lot to give, right? She has a lot to, again, this is harvest time. She's the, you could say, the goddess of abundance. This is where we have the sun, right? This is how we get the harvest of what we sow. We get the harvest of the things that the seeds we have put into the ground. maybe you need to accept a new appearance of yourself, right? Seeing yourself as a different kind of person. I believe that underneath it all, there is an opportunity for a brand new start of something here, something abundant. She is here. You just have to speak with this one. Clear this one. Or be befriended with her. Right? Befriend yourself with this to get access to this. Yeah, that's what I feel like. Because I feel like there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But again, she may be the criticizer inside you. She may be the critical one, right? That keeps you from taking a brand new approach to life, maybe a brand new appearance, right? Because a perfect, flawless woman cannot look like this, right? She cannot have that appearance, maybe. I don't know, but that could be what you think, right? So you cannot go out there looking like that. And maybe that's what you need to figure out, that yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do that. You can be exactly like that. You don't have to be this perfect looking, unhappy person here. What if you actually do dress up like this guy and you go out there and you do your thing and you become like her and you have the abundance now? You harvest what you sow. That could also be it. That when if you put in these seeds with self-criticism, giving to all others and not allowing yourself to like repress something in yourself, this is what you harvest. A grieving because you don't feel fairly treated, you don't feel the equality of life, you don't feel the balance. You may look well, like you may be slim and, as I said, like this flawless looking, but you are unhappy because there's something you're repressing. Maybe you need to free something inside yourself. Be this dwarf-like, Smurf-like person. Dress how you want. He's also not the slimmest guy in the world, right? But maybe eat what you want. I don't know. Just take it how it resonates, right? Maybe you need a different style, a different new clothes. Maybe you need to allow this one to show herself, right? Look differently, behave differently, associate with other people, maybe. Do something that is actually flawed, because it's part of her and she has never allowed to show it. Right? So take that how it resonates. It's just, that's what I feel like. There's a part of you that is repressed, and when it is repressed, it feels like you're not loving yourself, not fully. Like there's only a part of you that is okay, and the other part of you is not okay. Look at how she sits here. Right? That there is something that seemingly wants to somehow show itself, or that has been denied, maybe something about your body or body image, something like that. Overly critical about your body, maybe. Yeah, that's what I feel like is here for you. Can we have it is an advice card, this one. Actually, I feel like maybe I should take the book here to just now I randomly just got to the page of the latest of Lady of the Harvest here. And it says completion, grief, loss, harvest, and release. So I get the feeling again, to get to this one, you have to figure out this one. So let's have a look at her, whatever she says here. So, the Dark Lady, it talks about unconscious power and wisdom, rituals, mysteries, and secrets. We may reach the realm of the Dark Lady through grief, through deep surrender, through ecstasy, and through profound ritual. This card in a reading suggests that it's time to withdraw from the ordinary world, to revitalize ourselves through retreat and surrender to the source, unity, and the song of ecstasis. This is a time of preparation for rebirth, of restoration and regeneration. What is hidden is getting ready to be revealed. Celebrate this passage through the unknown, rich, fertile, hidden realm of the Dark Lady. This is a time in a natural cycle of life when we open ourselves to and receive the inflowering energies of Himself. When we become powerful, overflowing with the life force, it may also be a time of prophecy, magic, and foretelling of the potentials of the future, a time of self-awareness, self-knowledge, and encounters with the hidden worlds. Meditate, retreat, seek serenity and inner peace. There's definitely a grieving process, I think, that she can help you through. I'm kind of drawn to this idea about it says here, this is the time in a natural cycle of life when we open ourselves up to and receive the inflowing energies of Himself. The Himself card for me is something about, it could be like a masculine energy, it could be the feeling of a man. But to me, it's not at all like that necessarily. It's literally also simply about the sovereignty, like the sun energy. This is about reclaiming your sovereignty somehow, Virgo. Like taking your love back to you, so that you become the Himself. You become the one that stands firmly, right? You become the stallion. You become the one that is strong. And I feel like to get to that point of being this like a solid, strong version of yourself is through her, through the grief, right? There's something you haven't maybe not fully completed yet, grieving here. Again, as I said, it's like you're not done yet. I feel like you, and that may also be what you feel, that you're not done yet. You're not ready yet, or you're not done yet. And you may know that. Underneath the Fool card, I have the Three of Wands in reverse. Three of Wands is about, well, we see it almost here, like he's reaching for some kind of phantom. He has a dream of something. He's reaching for it. But again, and this is where he's willing to take the steps. He's waiting for some opportunity to come in, and then he will take it. But here it's like you're avoiding it, or you don't wanna. You don't feel ready to go towards something. I have that very strongly. Not ready. Not ready. Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. Like there's still some kind of grief that needs to be I feel like it's the rejection, like this idea that someone is offering the cup and nobody's taking it. Feeling drawn towards something and wants to offer your cup. And then it's like it's not taken. It could be the feeling that you're lonely. That there's nobody really that seems to care. That nobody seems to care for you. And that is a feeling of being alone, or both, like not only am I rejected, I'm literally alone. Like there's nobody taking that cup. Maybe you have tried with several people, and every time it may feel like the same thing is happening, that nobody is really loving me, like even though I do all I can. I try to be flawless. I try to do everything that I can. But it always ends with me with a tipped cup. It always ends with grief, a broken heart, spilled promises, heartbreak. Maybe the feeling of breadcrumbs. The feeling that one was favored over another. That the scales were never quite equal. I even loosened my upper bottom in my trousers when I sat down to do the reading, and when I look at her, it's like, yeah, it's like the energy needs to be able to flow freely. So don't I get the feeling of don't it's almost like the sacral chakra needs space. Don't push it into too tight trousers, right? Or something like that. Open it up, wear loose clothes, something like that. Even maybe even be naked somehow. Don't let anything prohibit your expression or your body to be loose and free somehow. That's what I feel like I have for you, Virgo. It's so interesting how she's the dark lady, right? We talk about grief and relief with this one. And in that process, maybe realizing betrayal, rejections, all this shame or guilt feeling. You have to go through some of these emotions here. But then look at how she has angel wings. She has the potential to help you free something. Right? She has that potential. It's just we have to align ourselves with her. Not just the flawless one, right? It's almost like this one has angel wings also. Not just the flawless one. You have both inside you here. The more pure you want to be, the more you may repress something else inside you, right? So it's like the more opposite poles you may have inside you. So just the more purity you seek, the more you redeem the unpure. Like the purity is wanted, the unpure is not wanted. And this is her. So by only focusing on purity in you, you deny the unpure, or what you think is unpure, or what you have been told is unpure. Therefore, there is a grief. Therefore, there is something moon, something hidden, something repressed. Do you get my point in this? I hope so. Take it how it resonates for you. Of course, it can be a person around you, right? That is really troubling you, or really not showing, not giving you something here. Not taking that cup. Not truly. Not with an equal feeling. And you have tried all you could to keep the tower standing. To keep the tower up. To not let it crumble, but somehow I get the feeling it is slowly but surely crumbling, but you have tried to do everything you could to keep the facade up, to keep your image up, to keep your appearance up maybe. I just get the feeling you can't sustain it, like the time is up, right? That to unbutton your trousers and just be, maybe I want to say bigger. This could even be something like think bigger, have bigger dreams. She is shown as bigger, right? Bigger breast, bigger bottom, bigger thighs. She's quite you could say fertile. She's quite you could say abundant, right? She's an abundant woman. There's a lot to touch. There's a lot to have, maybe. That's what I feel like. Maybe think bigger of yourself. Think. I know this sounds a little bit because in the Western world, an athletic appearance and a slim body is probably most valued amongst women. But somehow I get the feeling that it doesn't necessarily talk about you just getting fat, right? That's not the point. The point is seeing yourself as abundant, seeing yourself as valuable, seeing yourself as desirable, seeing yourself as feeling that you are desirable, feeling you are abundant, feeling you are more. That like owning that kind of desirability, is that even a word? But owning that even if you go up one dress size, you are still desirable, right? Even if you change your hair color, get a new haircut, even if you get older, you are still desirable. As long as you own and love your body, as long as you are not criticizing it. And that will be shown, right? That people will be able to pick that up. You will be more free. That's what I feel like. And this is where the angel wings come. This is where your heart becomes lighter on the scale. This is where you love yourself more, and therefore the heart feels lighter. Look at how the stones also look on the video here, like the purity here almost hides the heart. The rose quartz here, meaning representative of love and heart, right? It's almost like the purity overshines or hides the love. So something pure and crystal-like here, even glittery, if you can see that here. I don't know if you can see that. Does it glitter? Right? Even that kind of shine and purity overrules the heart. Like, do you get my point? How you have regarded something as more important as how you actually felt. Yeah. Okay, this is what I have for you, Virgo. I hope this helped you somehow. Realizing something maybe, or just taking something into consideration. And I hope you realize that I tried just to be a messenger, and with the message of love here, it's all about you reclaiming you, actually, right? It's about reclaiming you, but not in a like a self-critical way. Yeah, I hope that. Take care of yourself out there, Virgo. I send you my very best. Love and light to you all. Bye bye.